Hi everyone, it's the Modern Day Nana back to do another ornament for our Christmas tree, for our nature tree, a nature themed Christmas. And I'm making them for this area that we're doing this in. Not sure, what'll go on the tree and what'll go other places, but here are the supplies I used for the ones I am making. I've about got them made, and we've got you just need something to poke a hole to put your string in to hang your ornament with. So whatever, I just happen to have this awl, which is used for doing bookbinding. Roll of toilet paper or paper towel, or some old fabric torn into strips, whatever you want on the outside of your ornament. I think the ones I saw on Pinterest were wrapped in twine. But I've got some yarn I'm wanting to use, and this is like a natural fiber. This is wool, and this is probably a blend of some sort. I am using some beads on the ornament. So what I did was I just took the Waverly, the antique wax. But if you have got any kind of brown paint, any kind of brown acrylic paint, just water it down. Now what I did is I put the beads in the bag, and I just dumped some of this on top inside the bag, sealed it up, and then just squished it around, and I came out with these beads. Okay, so that's a nice way to do that. You don't get much on your fingers. Here you can see I've got some. So that's the beads. This is just a little embellishment. I think it was an old napkin ring. These I did get, they were in my stash. I believe they were, I think they're Dollar Tree. But anyway, they're just little snowflakes. You can use whatever you want to embellish. So I just went online and looked up, images of a star. They have all kinds. So whatever shape you like, I was just going with like a traditional star. And then I took a box I had and, drew it, out in marker, and then cut the stars out of the box. And then I could not find my good big needle to pull the yarn through to make to loop on it, or to put it through the beads. So I ended up just taking a paper clip, opening it up, and making like a needle out of that. I'll show you. Okay, so let's move this stuff aside, and let's just go ahead and do one, and then I'll show you the finished product. Now, I did start, and I was, at first, I was trying to use this cotton, those mop heads from Dollar Tree, but I don't know. I did a few of them like that, actually, because I already did some, but it seemed like more of a hassle, and then I thought, oh, hey, how about a roll of toilet paper? So, and like I said, you could use, I've got some, let me see. Here I've got, like, if you wouldn't want to use toilet paper for whatever reason, or paper towel, this is just an old sheet I had torn up. So this would work too. But I'm going to go ahead and use my toilet paper, and it's going to make them that much more light, because, we don't want ornaments heavy, because usually the branches aren't that great. So I'm just going to start, and what I'm trying to do here is I just want to give this some bulk. So it's just not like a flat star is what I'm trying to do. If you like yours flat, if that's the look you're going for, then that's great. So I'm just kind of loosely gonna wrap this around. See how it's kind of, giving it a little bit of puff to it. Okay, so we get that going, and then I'm just gonna start and I'm just gonna weave, you know, in and out, because I want to make these puffy too. And this way, we don't have to use as much yarn. Now, I'm using all yarn that I had thrifted, so it's just bits and pieces. So I had to be a little conservative with the yarn because, you know, I want to make sure I had enough. Okay, so that's good. I think what I need to do here now, in order to make this stick on the ends and not just slide off, we'll just put a little bit of glue, and you can use whatever glue you have, and then just come on around to the next tip. See, I actually used glue stick on some of the ones I did. I just happened to have my glue gun going now, so we'll use that. But you could use any kind of glue, you know, it's cardboard. So far we've got paper into the situation. Well, a little bit of glue, and we get this done, and then we'll start wrapping our star in the yarn. And like I said, you could use fabric strips. Just gonna tuck this in here. Doesn't matter, yarn's gonna cover it anyway. You could use, and make them any color you want. I just happen to be wanting a real neutrals and nature tones in with my decor. All right, so I have got this, and I still have this roll. Look, it's been out in something. It's got like moss and whatever in it. And then I've got this little bit of wool. Look, it's got like the little pieces where it's not spun real tight. I love that. I put that on the others too, just like on the outside. But let's go ahead and do some wrapping in this. We don't really need to tie that down or anything, because it's going to be, you know, it's going to be covered up. It's going to grab it. So, I mean, just basically start, you know, you just basically want to cover it. And honestly, if there are some little holes, you know, just kind of turn it in a clockwise or counterclockwise fashion and just start, you know, covering it up. And like I said, or started to say, if there are some holes where you can see a little bit, well, that's why we put the lighter colored underneath. So if it is, it'll just be a lighter color underneath there, and it'll look basically like the yarn. Okay, so when you get the middle filled up, when you're comfortable and you like the look of that, then we'll just start and we'll wrap one of the out to the tip. Now, if you want to, since we kind of puffed this up, just pull your yarn tight, and it's going to form that point on there a little better. Now, as you get to the end, okay, you can glue it, right? But here's what I did. You know, I got close to where it's not going to slide off. Then I took and I went to the opposite side, and then I came back a couple times and covered the very tip of the star. And then I went back and I did a bit of wrapping, okay? And when you get to the end, you are going to have to put a little bit of glue in order to keep everything together here. Okay? So don't really need glue. I haven't found that you really need glue other than right here on the points, because it all gets wrapped up nicely. Okay, let's start here, and I like the way I did this. I mean, you know, there are lots of ways to do it. See, I'm just going around it a couple times and getting that tip. Now, if you needed to, if it was being difficult, you could put a dab of glue there on the tip. But I think on the point of that star, but I think we're okay. All right, so we're getting up here again. So let's put just a little bit. Let's put a little bit on the back. Okay, there. I love this yarn, you guys. It is so, it's kind of got, see the wavy, kind of the bunchy. It's kind of like it's bunched up, so it's not just a straight yarn. Super adorable. And it was in a bag of stuff I got, you know. Look in those tubs when you go to the thrift store, because sometimes, you know, we don't bother to look like in the tubs. For mine, it's often they have tubs of fabric and stuff, and they stick them oftentimes where they have the linens. And so there, I put a little bit of glue on that. And so, yeah, oftentimes they're just like sitting there in a, you know, kind of in a tub, loosely in a tub. Sometimes they have them like in a Ziploc baggie, you know, where they've thrown a bunch of stuff together. You know, just keep your eyes peeled, because, you know, I actually was at Michael's last night and just kind of perused the yarn aisle, and I'm telling you guys, stuff's expensive. I did get a couple of cute things. I didn't know if you'd want to see another haul or not. I got some pretty ribbon at Michael's for my other theme that I'm doing in the front rooms, the jewel tone theme. I got some beautiful, just to string the ornaments on, I got some velvet ribbon. And so actually, that's about the only thing I got there. I did get, we always have a, I have a big bingo game that I got at thrift store. And it's like the senior version of bingo. So the cards are big, and the kids, we get together at Thanksgiving and Christmas. The kids always love to play it anyway. So I was thinking, and they had all of their little craft kits half off. So I picked up that, just a couple, like 4 spools of ribbon and a bunch of craft kits, because that can be part of the prizes. I just like bring a big basket full of prizes, and then not pretty much, everybody gets to win at bingo that wants to win, you know, so all the kids, of course. They get to pick a prize. So, looking good, looking good. That's so cute, and it's warm and cozy and fuzzy feeling, and that's nicely intact. You know, that's not gonna do anything or go anywhere. Okay, now I wanted to put some of this on, because this looks, you know, I love the color. It's just a creamy color, but it doesn't look like nature. And this is just pure wool. So what I thought was, you know, we'll just take and cover, you know, go over the top of this in this, and just whatever, you know, just random designs. Look at that. look at the little pieces of fuzzy wool on there. I love that. Anyway, okay, so let me do this here real quick. Just to your liking, you know, a little, a lot, whatever. However, and like I said, again, if you're like, oh crud, I've got, you know, 6 to do, say, and this is all I have because I thrifted it or I'm running out or whatever. You know, bear that in mind when you're putting your stuff together. This is so cute, and I love the little fuzzies on there, you know, just the little pieces of wool. Okay, so we got this done, and now I need to decide which one looks the best. This one's kind of wonky. Let's do this little top one. He looks kind of stubby. I'm just going to poke a hole. Don't poke your finger on the other side. And I probably could have done this, you know, before I started and done but I didn't. So, you know. So I just poked a hole with my awl. I think it's AWL. Okay. Let me go ahead and thread my yarn through my makeshift needle. Hey, you know what, guys? Where there's a will, there's a way. We can get stuff done. You don't have to buy a bunch of stuff. We can use thrift store stuff. Okay, try to find that hole that I just, okay, got it, that I just made. And let's just try to pull this through. Let's take and let's decide how much we need here first. Okay, I strung, this is the one I've got done. I strung the big bead through first. Okay. But what we want to do here is let's make a knot in this. Okay, and let's just twist this around here a few times and go up to the top. Okay. And then I think what we'll need to do, because this is puffing up a little bit, just put a little glue down here. You know, if it starts pulling up on you, we're messing with it quite a bit. And just stick it, you know, just stick it back down. Put a little glue here on the point of the star. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. And then I think what would be a good idea, let's just take and put a dab of glue on the very point of that and kind of glue our little wood bead to there. Now what I'm going to do here is I am going to go ahead and put about 3 knots in between this one and the next little bead we're going to put on. Okay, and it might slide through, it's fine. I just wanted to give it a little, just a little spacer between the beads. And if it slides through, no biggie. You know, we tried. Okay, now I'm just going to take a small one, use my needle. that's cute. Okay, now what I'm gonna do in order to double this and make a loop, I'm just gonna go ahead and see if it'll let us pull it back through. And then it'll make a nice, neat little loop that we don't have to fuss with tying and all that stuff. Okay, I think what I'll do is just put a dab of glue there, and then I'll just go ahead and cut this off. We could have put a dab of glue up in the bead if we were thinking. I actually like this one better than I like this other one. Okay, so here is this one done. Now this one, see, they're different. This one had that chunky yarn that we just made. This one I had just some plain yarn, and then I put a little bit of that wool over it. You can definitely see the difference. I don't care, but I'm just saying, you can see the difference. That, I think, is why this right here is chunkier. Because see, on this one, you can't make out the difference. Okay, so I went ahead and put one of these snowflakes, and you could embellish this if you wanted to embellish it. There's a little hole in the snowflake where to hang it. I am not concerned about that whatsoever. Don't care that there's a little hole there. And let's just stick them on there and center them. And if you didn't want anything, that's fine too. This, I'm just going to cut a bead off and pull it out. This was just like I said, it was a part of a napkin ring, I believe. I'm going to make it to where the holes are kind of on the side, you know, so the hole's not like in the very front. There. Okay, so they're a little different. I like them both. This one seems a little more rustic, but I think that will be a good addition to our nature themed Christmas. And these are the others. I'll just show you real quick. These are the others that we're in the process of doing. And somewhere I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somewhere I've got another one. This should make 6. Oh, here it is. Okay, see, and it's more, I think it's even more natural than this one, or more rustic. So anyway, yeah, but I think those are going to be super duper cute, guys. And that'll be a good addition. And it was literally just a piece of cardboard, some beads we had. We put a little, you know, something to stain them, some old yarn we had, and we've got some lovely, lovely ornaments to put on our tree that cost us literally pennies, guys. So, you know, just get your craft stuff out and see what you've got. You know, that'll go with your theme. That's kind of what I do. Just kind of throw in a pile what I think will go with my theme and start creating, okay? So, great. I will see you soon with another project. It's a Modern Day Nana. Like and subscribe.